Hey guys, welcome to Sunday night before the kickoff of the week.
Before the week of destruction.
Before the week of blood and guts destruction. Apparently this week a major bank is supposed to fail. We don't know which one, but we've heard that's the word on the streets.
I'm rooting for blood. I'm rooting for blood in the streets.
Pick a bank, any bank.
Actually,
big
both
bank,
of you guys.
take little bank.
Yep. Big bank. There's no big banks. Just little bank. You guys both have you guys are both really looking for blood and destruction, but you both have different ways, I guess, in which you're going to measure it. So we're going to talk about that. D has a very good explanation of what he would like to see. That would be a sign of the pain really coming. And then Anand also is really bloodthirsty. So
I'm more broad-based.
I'm more broad, talking about my kids.
Yeah, D's very nuanced with what he'd like to see in the world. So we're going to talk about all that. I mean, we ended the week pretty rough with the stock market. So we're going to see what we get into. Keep in mind for all the listeners, we record this on Sunday night. So we don't know what's coming. You guys might be listening to this in the morning. You kind of know, but I have a feeling it's going to be a rough week. But anyway, we got a lot to talk about.
We have tennis talk.
We have tennis talk. We have some good tennis talk. We have some general news, Tesla news. We have talking about a new law in California that affects businesses. Got a lot to talk about. Everyone ready?
Let's go.
Okay, let's get into it.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Hey guys, welcome to group chat.
Hey.
I have an announcement.
Okay.
I think similar to when you'll see Jake Paul call out, whoever, fucking Floyd Mayweather, Canelo. I can beat you. I'll beat your ass. Let's fight. Let's fight. Right. I kind of feel like, I hate that this is me, that I have to be this role, but I'm kind of the Jake Paul of tennis.
All right. I like it.
And I'm new, but man, I'm learning quick. And I would just like to call out Anand. Anand's like my Canelo.
Okay.
Yep.
And I would just I'd like to call you out. And I'd like to say that, podcast celebrity tennis match. I need some time. You told me your deal was
pick a date.
The date is my 40th birthday.
How old are you?
35.
Oh, 5 years.
Because for the record, for the listener, Anand told me on air that no matter how much I practice, I would never be able to beat him. That's how hard tennis is.
I think you could beat him in 18 months.
Okay, D thinks 18 months. Okay, you know what? Fuck it then.
37th birthday.
I'm going to start training. Give me a break, D. You think I'm not going to start training?
Okay,
that's the problem. That's the problem. That wasn't part of the deal.
No, that's fine.
I have.
The deal was if you never play again.
December 4th, 2024.
Let's be clear. One of my best friend's dads, Coach Roger Federer. I think I could get in the lab and beat your ass, drama.
Okay, then take the challenge. You got to take it.
We need some guidelines on the lab
You can't
here.
say that and not take it in.
You can't train. You can train.
I'm going to start training. I'm going to
train for a week leading up to the
I have other professional tennis player friends that'll train me.
I don't think he's disciplined enough. What do
you mean? I work out 5 days a week.
Yeah, but you don't want to play tennis. Tennis is not working out.
A lot. Yeah, things are going well. You got 2 kids. You're not going to
play tennis. You have to find someone to play with too. That's part of the problem with tennis.
I'm going to get Jordy's dad. He's got me.
And here's the rules. The rules are we play 10.
in Palm Springs, so I'm not worried about that.
I'm going to move to Palm Springs. I'm going to move to Palm Springs and train.
You're going to forget. I'm not going to post. I'm not going to talk about it. You're going to forget. I'm just going to call you on my 37th birthday and say it's time. Let's fucking go. The rule is we play 10 games or matches or whatever the fuck, however this shit works.
10 games. What's that even mean? This is how I know I'm going to smoke you.
No. I'll figure this all out. I have a year and a half to figure this out. I'll figure this out. We play 10, whatever the fuck you call them. And I bet I can win one of them.
10 sets, you'll win one? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I would hope so if you're training that much, but
you just told me never. You said tennis is so hard that you could never play again.
Like you have to play 2 out of 3 sets, right? So I have to win 2, you have to win 1.
I'm already lost.
In like a professional game,
Yeah.
you're either at a best of 3 sets or you're best of 5.
Yeah.
So you're just
Best of
saying you
3.
could take a set off him. That's all you're saying, right? Because you're
I'm
not saying you couldn't beat him out of a best out of 3.
10 sets, I win 1. That's what I'm saying.
10 sets. I have to win 10 straight sets.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said I could
Yeah.
play my whole life and I would never beat you. And
Yeah,
I'm just
that's fair.
saying,
Yeah, exactly.
after
But
today,
there's no tennis match that's 10 sets.
Okay, it could be over a weekend. 10
I'll play you
sets
10
over a
games.
weekend.
I'll play you
Friday,
10 best of
Saturday,
threes.
Sunday. 3 sets Friday, 3 sets
Yeah.
Saturday, 4 sets Sunday. Grand Slam Sunday. I like it.
Yeah.
We'll do it at Jordy's house.
Okay,
We played. That was the first time you ever played tennis, right? We'll bring it
Yeah,
back.
we'll go
there.
back to where it all started. And
Okay,
I'll-
December 4th. I guess 37 would be December 4th, 2023.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, lock
Ah,
it in.
man, my time just
Lock
got a
it
little
in,
shorter.
ladies and gentlemen. Lock it in.
There we go.
I got to start
Javier,
training.
put it in my
I'm gonna
calendar.
start training. I'm going to start training now.
Javier, put it in my calendar.
No,
put it in
no, no, I'm
Rob's
not gonna
calendar.
talk
Put it in
about
Rob's
it.
18
calendar.
months from now.
No,
I'm
you're
training
gonna
now.
forget. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, tennis. I don't know. I haven't really been playing. And then bam, your phone rings on December 4th.
Where are you playing?
He can't tell you.
I haven't
Secret.
been playing. What are you talking about?
No, where'd you play today?
I didn't play. All right, in the news. I play at
I got
Braemar.
some interesting news.
Mhm.
Halloween is officially kicked off.
Oh God.
It's full blown.
might as well be
Our house is
Christmas.
fully decorated as of last week. Forget this week. Last week.
Really?
We were
September
decorating.
decorating, huh?
Yeah. We had like bats and spider webs and witches and cats last week in the house.
Wow.
Yesterday outside the house, the biggest spider web you've ever seen, 2 of the biggest spiders. And then to prove there is Jerome Powell should raise the interest rates to 15%, I went to something called Night of the Jacks, which is out in, I don't know, wherever, somewhere in the valley.
Okay.
And they do what they do a Christmas thing. It kind of started during COVID where they'd have all these Christmas decorations and then you paid X dollar, like $50 a car, and then you would drive through it and see Christmas decorations. It was like, just trying to do something festive. Now
Yeah.
it's turned into a full blown, like you park your car in like a field, you walk up and there's all these food trucks, tables, pumpkins, and then you walk through a kind of like a maze of just like decorations, pumpkins and lights and whatever. It's done well. It's cool. Christmas was done phenomenal. I would say Halloween was done a little bit. Maybe it's harder to do Halloween and not be scary because it's all little kids.
Yeah.
This place was so fucking slammed with people and so expensive. Regular general admission was $45 a person. VIP was $65 a person plus VIP parking. And I mean, when we got there and there was like a line, once we're in, you have to just wait in line to get any food, pizza, grilled cheese, whatever you want. Then there's lines at the bar, then a line to see the pumpkins. And this was at 6 p.m. It wasn't even dark yet because we have little
What part
kids.
of town again?
It's in the valley. I think it was in Calabasas, maybe. I don't remember. Actually, it was on the way to the Malibu Hindu temple, Las Virgenes Road.
Okay.
Whatever neighborhood
Is that
that's
just-
considered.
Is that
Just
just
past
because
Calabasas.
everyone's rich? Like, is that like a case of the have and the have nots, or is this a sign that we need a rate hike?
Yeah, we need to raise more rates. Because here's the problem: is that families are still feeling it's okay to let
To
your
do this
kids
type of
enjoy
behavior.
life. No,
Yeah.
it needs to be full destruction. Your kids have to suffer too.
Yeah, that's true. No happy
Your kids can't be having the same great life as they did last year.
Yeah,
We're not having it. Why are you having it?
If your 3-year-old's not feeling
The
the
recession?
recession, then we're not doing enough.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
They don't know. They need to know.
The recession's
Everything's
coming.
fine.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't
they,
worry.
they can't be just like thinking like it's last year. It ain't
Christmas
last year.
isn't happening. Don't worry. The kids will feel
There's
it at
no
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah,
you think
we
that,
got to make
like-
sure Christmas doesn't happen.
Yeah, Christmas is not happening.
I think it'll be great for that younger generation just to
They gotta struggle a
experience
little.
pain. Yeah, like, come on.
It's been too good.
We can't get anything.
there's no
we have
Santa
no
Claus.
more
There's
money.
nothing.
We have
Yeah,
no
things have
money.
been too good. Yeah.
I just could
Yeah,
not
that's
believe
pretty-
how many people.
That's pretty wild. I wonder if, like, in all seriousness, I wonder if, like, you know, if you live in like small town America, like, is there like hardly any houses doing trick or treating this year? Because, like, who's got time to stock up on all that expensive ass candy?
I don't know. I went to a 99-cent store on Friday. Great deals.
Which one? The one right here?
Yeah.
What were you going there for?
I just like to look. Ironically enough, the one thing that I cannot find in my neighborhood, there's a Bristol, there's a Rite Aid, Trader Joe's, like all these little grocery stores. Tapatio has been unavailable anywhere.
Is it
I
like a
walked to the
supply chain
99-cent
issue, or-
store. I don't know. I mean, I think I would assume something like that.
Yeah.
Fully stocked Tapatio. Guess how much it was?
I mean, it's a 99-cent store. I hope it was 99 cents.
$2.99.
Yeah.
So it's triple.
It is more expensive than it is at my local grocery store normally. Very
I wonder what
fascinating.
that is.
It's just
I wonder
so
if-
high in demand, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everything in 99-cent store, by the way, is not 99 cents.
I
It's
know.
something
There's
I know.
toys that are
99, right?
$19.99.
Yeah. That's a joke. Isn't there a store where it's like everything's $1? No. Is that fake?
That's
The
Dollar
dollar
General,
store?
Dollar
No.
Tree, but
No,
there's
it's all
not
fake.
any more.
It's all fake.
You
It's all
can't get
fake.
anything for $1. Only
It's kind of
thing
funny
that
because
is
No,
that
go,
the
go, go.
Costco CEO said that a hot dog and a Coke will stay
$1.50, right?
Yeah. They're the only ones that are really holding firm on that. But there are a lot of things in the store
Yeah, but
for 99
that's
cents.
like so fraudulent because you pay the membership. He already has like cash flow from your membership to get the $1.50.
you can break
Yeah, I
even
mean-
on the dogs.
It's like the rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what you're calling for is more pain for the children.
Yeah. I mean, kids got to feel the recession.
You want Christmas to be
Yeah.
a disaster.
Your kids should be crying.
No gifts.
No gifts.
No gifts.
Or just
Shitty
shittiest
tree.
gifts. Shitty
One of
gifts.
those little
Your
Charlie
trees, like the
Brown
branches
trees.
are broken.
Yeah.
Is someone going to
I don't
dress up
think
as
my
Santa?
kids know
or
there's
no?
a recession. I don't think that's fair. I'm feeling it. Why aren't you feeling it?
Yeah. They got to feel it. Like, did you go there and there's just like happy kids everywhere and you just got kind
Yeah.
of annoyed?
This is annoying. Like they're having chocolate and thing. They're all buying $18 wands. Everyone
Yeah.
had an $18 wand. My little kid wanted a $10 lit up devil thing.
He's got to feel it.
Cut it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Who are you,
I have
Jerome
one more-
Powell with the devil thing?
Jerome Powell does not want any kid to be happy this Christmas.
No,
Jerome
crush
Powell is
him.
literally the Grinch.
Yeah.
He's the worst human being on the planet.
He really is. I have a question that is sort of involves Jerome Powell. Is why have we went back to talking about like a recession is coming? Like, did we all agree that the 2 negative quarters of GDP wasn't a recession? Like, did we just
no,
all
Joe
sort
Biden
of
said it's not. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Joe
got it.
Biden said it's not a recession.
because everywhere I
It's
look, like the
actually
way
quite genius. Like even
He
the
did it.
media has basically ignored that we're not in a recession right now. You keep
literally
saying
no one.
something. No one thinks we're in a recession. I mean, granted, what I saw at Halloween Fest or whatever it's called, like there's no recession.
yeah, but that was
They're
kind
right.
of massive.
People are not. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw gas this weekend.
high.
It's expensive.
I just paid $6.39.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$6.39. It went up. Crude
And
oil
that's
is
not
down.
top tier, right? That's
That's the shit gas.
yeah. I got scammed the other day. Mine was $6.99, and I was like, "Where did this come from?" I thought we had this solved.
No, gas. I was in the Valley yesterday and I saw $7 gas at the cheapest everywhere.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? But they won. Like they
Who's
just
they?
I
Stay
guess
away from they.
I guess the Biden crew. I mean, I don't know if that's who DJ Khaled's talking about, but like they
God
literally
did.
God did. Jerome Powell did. You never like everyone talks about like if there's a recession next year.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, we might be headed towards a recession. Like they successfully did it. They changed the definition.
It's wild and it's kind of scary because what I don't understand is everyone is blind to the fact that, you know, we've just ignored our kind of economic destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Friday, there's this rumor started going around that there's a major international bank that is on the precipice of imploding, which we don't want. We don't want any bank to implode, let alone a major international one. Yep. And the rumor, basically based on financials, everyone has deducted that it is probably Credit Suisse. Because the other option is USB, right? Or UBS. UBS, which is not hot. These are both Swiss banks, which I think...
There was a guy, I really want to... I've been thinking about it all weekend. There was a guy on Invest Like the Best that said all the Swiss banks are insolvent. Switzerland's insolvent. And everything's a disaster.
Because it's all fraud.
He said that 6 months ago.
Switzerland is just fraud anyways. Who has money in Switzerland?
No, people who are trying to hide.
Yeah. And those people have nowhere to hide anymore.
Yeah, if Credit Suisse goes down, but I mean, honestly,
they have like 3 trillion, I think, between the two of them combined.
We need absolute destruction for the equity markets to come back.
So you think Credit Suisse imploding is great?
Great
news.
Great news.
Wow, you're into it.
Because the Fed has to pivot. They have to start buying bonds. They have to start.
They have a big secret meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, big secret meeting tomorrow.
It doesn't seem too secret. What are they talking
about? No, but like it's like silly that I'm saying this, but the Fed wants destruction.
Yeah. In
order for them to pivot so the stock market can go back up.
Yeah. So Credit Suisse implodes.
Great news.
So you want more blood and guts. The most blood and guts, the better, because at least we're getting it over. That's the theory?
Yeah. It's basically like get to the finish line quickly.
So D's right. Fuck these kids, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are both saying the same thing.
Christmas. Every kid just has to have one shitty Christmas. And then I think you guys are
saying the same thing because you need you can really judge how much success we're having by how happy the kids are. And if the kids are still happy, let's get it over with.
Swiss kids are screwed.
Swiss cheese.
Yeah, there's a lot of holes in that Christmas.
Yeah, So let's just get it over with, man. But isn't there a lot of concern?
Think about March 2020. All we wanted was disaster, and the Fed stepped in, and the market started to rip. So we need disaster.
Yeah. Isn't there a worry that they wait too long? Like the same way they waited too long to start correcting, they keep correcting too long?
I mean, we've lost 10 trillion. 3 weeks ago,
20.
I said...
Ask Dom if he cares.
No, he doesn't.
I doubt it.
3 weeks ago, I said we've lost 7 trillion year to date. We just add another 3. $1 trillion a week.
Yeah.
I think 15 trillion. It's the magic number.
What is that, like a Microsoft a week? How much is Microsoft? Who's worth $1 trillion?
Microsoft just worth 2.
10 trillion's a lot. I think we can get going, right?
I don't know. There's just no pain. No one's changing their habits.
The kids aren't feeling it. Yeah.
There was.
It is true. As silly as that is, it's kind of true. Like, if you still
Jerome Powell went to his local Whole Foods, saw a line, and he goes, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah. He probably went to the local fucking
avocado
horror nights and was like, "This place is packed. Fuck you guys." Secret meeting. Everyone in.
I'm telling you, the guy goes out for coffee. He's waiting in line, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Pissed. Yep.
When I'm in line for like an $8 coffee, I'm like, okay, whatever. Keep raising. It's not working. It's not working. Why is everyone still spending money?
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, here's some good news. A good sign if we're going for destruction. IPOs are way down.
Yeah.
I saw a chart the other day that showed 2019 up, 2020, I think 21 was like crazy high, and then 2022 just like off a cliff. So, I mean, Dom doesn't, the kids don't know about that, but something, at least there's some absolute destruction going on. Jerome.
Yeah. So what the interesting thing is that the IPOs from 2019 are up on average 38%, while those that came out in 2020 have fallen by around the same amount, around 39%. So the 2019 companies they were probably severely undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2020, whatever came out in 2021, I'm sure is way down. which is probably accurate even in the private market. Like anyone who raised money in 2020, 2021 is probably underwater. Like their value is less.
For the
that
record,
makes-
just so in case there's any confusion, the chart that I saw was different. It was referencing how many IPOs there were in those years, which have obviously fallen off a cliff. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so the information reported all this, and I mean, I think in 2019 the market was already turning soft in November of 2019. Like we were kind of heading towards potentially like some small recession. And then, so I think probably the stock market was more reflective of like truth at that point, and probably IPOs were the same. And then 2020 is when the full-fledged fuckery began.
Yep.
Doesn't it make you kind of evaluate just kind of how you think about investing, in the sense that like it literally doesn't matter what the company is, it just matters what the Fed does?
Yeah. But I think the old school investors know that. And they've always invested with that thesis, which is why old Warren's strategy kind of works for him.
Yeah, he just bets on companies that he thinks are going to last longer.
Yeah. Which is probably a safe bet in these like.
So then
Did
it's
you
actually
believe-
really funny if you really kind of peel the onion a little further out. No one's actually that smart of an investor.
No.
It's just the Fed.
Just luck.
It's just the
But
Fed.
Warren, I mean,
Yeah.
wasn't
No,
the
Warren.
Fed?
Warren's probably an exception. He's like elite. But you're talking about like how many people do we know that have made so much money in the last 15 years, and it was
Oh yeah.
Because interest rates were cheap.
that's all it was.
Yeah.
But were
Shout
interest
out to the
rates
Fed.
cheap for essentially all of those 15 years?
Yeah, 2008 they basically brought it to zero until 2021, 2022.
2022
Yeah, 2022.
is when they only started raising it like 6 months ago.
Well, so I
And
guess
so
the answer will
everyone's a
be
genius. So everyone's
Yeah.
a genius when the Fed has zero interest rates. No one's a genius when the Fed raises rates.
well,
That's
the
my
question
point.
is who makes money now, right? Aren't those the geniuses? Like whoever makes money.
The Halloween place.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, that's the answer.
I don't think anyone really makes money because no one really wants to go short. There's not many Michael Burrys out there that like want everyone to like lose everything.
Yeah.
I think they're just waiting for the Fed, and then the geniuses come back.
Yeah.
You know, like Invest Like the Best is a podcast that I listen to. I stopped listening to because
They're not the best. They're not that good.
Yeah.
Invest like people that are okay.
The problem is there's just a lot of like, yeah, that's a tough world. There's just a lot of people that got lucky, and then of course you tell the story of how you did it, and we don't hear the full. Yeah, I get it.
It's zero
Well-
interest rates. That's everyone's a genius when there's zero interest rates,
Yeah.
and everyone sucks when interest rates go up. That's all this is. It's so funny because like no one actually wants to be honest about it.
What about
Yeah, and to
Kweichow
clarify for the
Moutai?
listener, because there are a lot of people that are like, wait, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like, what you're saying, if I'm not wrong, is that it's a game of like placing a lot of bets. And you place a lot of bets, and if one blows up big or a few win medium, it covers the whole bet, and you're now a genius because everyone only looks at the win that you had.
I
And
don't
when
even
money
think
is,
it's that. I think it's more of
Wait,
like.
hold on. I want to let Drama
Yeah.
finish.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I'm just asking, isn't that sort of what you're saying? Is you see someone who bet on all these different companies and money's cheap and everything's growing and all these companies are growing and everyone's IPOing. And so you placed 20 bets. One was Uber, and now you're the genius that invested in Uber early. Correct? Or
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's like it's easy to be a genius when there's unlimited money at basically zero cost, and you're able to invest indiscriminately in all these things. And like, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to. I mean, I'm a beneficiary of this, right? Like, I was able to participate in this, but I don't think we've really figured out who are the genius investors.
So you're
That's
not
my
a
point.
genius.
I'm absolutely not a genius.
Okay.
I've never said I was.
That's disappointing.
That sucks.
I will beat the shit out
Hopefully
of
you're not
drama
good
in
at
tennis.
either. Yeah, I
You're an
wondered.
idiot that's good at tennis.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If you're not a genius, maybe you're not so good at tennis either. I feel good about this. I think that's the part to clarify for the listener, because I think we do have a lot of listeners that look up to that investor lifestyle and want to learn about it. And I think that's just to clarify that thing that you're saying, that is, these people have invested in so many companies, and then you only hear the success story, and it's just, you're not quite getting the full picture.
And the success story is literally correlated with Fed rates.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see who's cashing out now. I mean, Michael Burry was pretty happy. I don't know if he made a bet. Did Michael Burry make any bets? Do we know on this whole thing? Because he's tweeting.
He's been shorting everything. He must have made a fortune, this guy.
Because his tweets are gnarly. He's like, we got more to go. This is what's happening now. This is happening now.
He started
More
talking
to
about
go.
NFL concussions. Like, this guy's all over the place.
He's a genius.
He's a genius.
He's a genius.
Yeah, you want to talk about Tua, right? Drama?
Well, I just asked if you guys talked about Tua while we were out. I mean,
Michael Burry talked about Tua.
What did he say?
He was basically like, I can't believe we let him play.
he shorted concussion medication.
I saw some pretty fucked up tweets about this.
That shit was crazy.
I'm going to share one. It's so bad. If you guys think it's bad, you can still take it out of the podcast.
I saw one too, and if it's the same one, I'm going to say mine if it's not.
It's the JFK one?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my God.
You got to say it. That's fine. That's fine to say.
Okay, someone said if the NFL was the NFL would have put JFK back in the parade.
Yeah. The NFL concussion protocol would have cleared JFK to go back into the parade.
After he was shot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That was that was a 10 out of 10 tweet.
That was insane.
I mean, holy cow, man. It's just crazy. I mean, we don't have to stay long on it, but it's just, I really thought that with the CTE conversation has gotten pretty prevalent. And I just really felt like the NFL and all these teams would not do something that flagrant just for their own optics. And you know what I mean? I know that a lot of the concussion
people are
protocol.
Discounting. I get that. People are discounting that these dudes are fucking gladiators and they want to play. Do you think Tua does not want to play?
No,
he wants to get cleared. He's in first place. He's 3-0. He's got all this, shit from last season, all these baggage of he's not a star. He's not a star. He wants to go out and play. And I get it. It looks bad. And everyone is very sympathetic to the health repercussions of what happened. But dude, we're friends with a lot of NFL players and professional athletes. They want to play at all costs. They love it.
I think two things can be true. I think two things can be true. Basically, that these guys want to play and they will go against
Doctor's
any
opinion,
recommendation, any opinion, and they're going to show up and they're going to play. And then the other truth is basically is anyone to stop them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't let him. It's just I feel like he potentially, no one really knows, obviously, the impact of it today, but that's potentially lifelong symptoms from what happened to him.
Oh, yeah.
Just now, if he stopped playing football now, that's potentially that injury on top of the other one, potentially he has symptoms of that for life.
Yeah. I mean,
that's crazy.
I'm really curious to see how they handle the rest of the season. Because I'm telling you, if he is fine this Friday, he's not going to play this week. We know that.
He's playing within 2 weeks.
He's going to play. He wants to play. He's in first goddamn place.
Yeah.
He thinks he's going to the Super Bowl.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
it's so gnarly.
That's the thing. Everyone's kind of faking morality on TV. This is the thing
that I was watching afterwards, and I was like,
everyone's faking it. No one, unfortunately, no one cares. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
It's not like they stopped the game. They just kept it going.
Ratings today with Packers, Patriots in overtime probably were blockbuster.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if they said Tua this Friday, Tua's return to the gridiron.
I'm watching.
He's playing with no helmet. It would be record numbers.
No, but I think the thing we all have to kind of accept is us as fans, we've accepted this immorality.
Yeah.
We've accepted that this is how it goes.
Yeah.
And we don't, unfortunately, okay, I don't want to be insensitive, but like, we don't care. We just keep watching.
And by the way, there's a pipeline of players who don't care as well.
Yeah.
So everyone's okay with it.
Like, as disgusting as Thursday was, I watched today.
Yeah. You were commenting on every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just, I think that like, it's not about that. I don't even think that the fans should like in the UFC or in boxing or whatever, if you get knocked out, you like, even as an example in the UFC, a lot of times you've seen guys get like choked out, right? Yep. I might butcher this, so I'm not going to say the exact amount of time because I would probably get that wrong. But the reason why, if you're getting choked out, if you get choked out and you actually fall asleep and the guy lets go and you wake up, there is zero damage done to you. But the reason why a lot of guys tap as opposed to fighting all the way until they fall asleep is because if you actually go unconscious, there's an amount of time that you're shelved, that you have to recover. That's just their protocol. Now, if that guy woke up and fought the next night, the fans would watch it, but it's up to the organization to put in place these things that look out for their people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's the fans. I think it's too ridiculous to put that on the fans to say you guys should have the morality to turn off your screens if this man has had a concussion. That's not your responsibility. But for the league to, like, after the first head injury, to say he had a back injury, put him back in when the guy's stumbling onto the ground, and then the worst case scenario happens, you get hit again. That's the only reason why you take that much time. The only reason why you do that is because two concussions back to back like that are so devastating. And it happened.
Yeah.
And the way that his body, I mean, it's not like I did some crazy deep research, but the couple of people that I talked to said that response is when your hands lock up, it's really, really bad what that means. Like, it's really traumatic.
It was so scary. It was so scary to even watch.
And he's going to play in 2 weeks. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, he is. But that's all I'm saying. It's not the fan's fault. You're allowed to be a bloodthirsty fucking psycho. You're the fan. It's not your responsibility to look out for these guys. But
good.
I think, what do you say?
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, I don't. What are we supposed to say? Like, come on, guys.
We all watched today. So
turn off your screens. I mean, if they literally had like,
I think
these two
they
guys are
also
going to
handled
battle
it
to
wrong.
the death.
Like, I mean, just from a pure business side, why were they like zooming in on it every 5 seconds during the telecast? Like,
yeah, they fucked up. I bet somebody got fired.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, it's not like just, I get it. Like, you want to show what's really happening, be real, but like, Jesus Christ.
It's kind of like in a police chase. You know, when like the cops run into the car, like shit starts to get real, they always zoom out on the helicopter.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to kind of do that a little bit.
And yeah, it's sad to even say that that's what they should do, but that's what they really should do. Like, we don't like, I don't know. It didn't make me feel good to watch it. Like, it's terrible.
No, it's awful.
Yeah. I think that they should even do it because I'll be honest, I feel like young people watching that, and then they're going to watch him play again in 2 weeks. They think
he's a badass.
That's what a real soldier does.
Yeah.
And I think that's what like an 18-year-old is going to go do that. That would be more of my concern. They will never
really
make it to the NFL.
To see how quickly he plays.
I think 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's wild. 2 weeks is wild. It should be next year.
2 weeks. Yeah, no, it got to be 2 weeks, right?
It's 100% 2 weeks. I think he misses next week, the week after, and he's starting.
So the third week he plays.
Yes.
That's insane.
I think
they were saying he was watching videos with the coach, like laughing on the plane ride home.
Yeah, I mean, he walked out of the hospital.
I also saw people complaining that like they went and got him out of the hospital to make the flight.
I mean, imagine being the doctor who clears him. Fuck.
He was probably getting tackled in drills today.
What?
So he was probably getting tackled in drills today.
Imagine just being the doctor that has to clear him. I wouldn't. If I was the doctor, I'd be like, fuck that. He's not clear to play.
That's true.
There's got to be a doctor they have some dirt on that they have to get to clear him.
I mean, the NFLPA has been investigating. What are they investigating?
Yeah, they fired the doctor that cleared him.
Yep.
Already. What doctor is going to clear him now?
That's the question. But somebody will. I mean,
Dr. Dre.
2 weeks. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper might
Signed off by Dr. Pepper. It's true, man. That's what'll happen. Man, if it's 2 weeks, I love the idea of betting, but it's not really a bet because we all agree. It's definitely 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
Dr. Pepper is so good.
We should Photoshop the paper with Dr. Pepper's signature.
Tua's released to play. Honestly, I want to know what he thinks.
Tua?
Put all the doctors aside. I want to know. You're clear to play. Do you want to play?
He wants to play.
I think so.
He's a football dude. They're
built different.
Yeah,
He's been knocked
different.
out so many times.
You
Yeah,
know
there's
you know how I equate it? I remember watching like peak Iraq War, like on 60 Minutes, guys and ladies that have done like 1 tour, 2 tour, and they keep going back.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like that's way more dangerous than playing football. And
'cause
they
it's
are
just
literally
thrilling.
going back and doing tours in like Iraq and Afghanistan, just like in the heartland of war.
Yeah.
And they're going back for more.
Because
And these
think
people
about
are married with kids and shit like that.
Yeah, the part of that that's similar is like, imagine if you're Tua and you're like, your life is like thrilling. Like you're a star, you're playing in front of whatever. And then like to say you have to sit out, like he would be every day you miss, he's just miserable because all he knows is like the team and the lights and the let's do this. And like, he doesn't, I'm sure he's ready to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dolphins, Jets, Vikings, Dolphins, Steelers, Dolphins. Those are the next 3 weeks.
What's the third week? Steelers?
Steelers, Dolphins.
That's a
Steelers
hot
at
game.
home.
He's in
That's
there.
a big game.
He's playing that game.
You need him.
The other
Important
two,
game.
they could probably win without him.
And they'll probably beat the Steelers too, but they have a weak schedule. But yeah, he's playing.
So wild. It's just wild because like you see, we've talked about it a lot now, and you've talked about CTE, you've talked about these athletes like killing themselves or having these symptoms or all these things. And then like you see it happen. Like that is the moment where these things.
But the thing is,
happen.
no one follows up and no one actually understands what goes on with these athletes after.
You mean like doctors following up afterwards?
No, I mean fans. Like the public.
No.
They don't understand what these guys go through.
No.
I mean, we have a very close friend who played college football at the All-American level, did not play successfully professionally. He needs an epidural periodically just to get out of bed.
Yeah. That's wild. That's what I'm talking about. Like there's kids that like, and even the level that he got to is pretty admirable. Like there are kids that never make it even close to that level that have those sort of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like we had an employee who was on lifelong medication because of terrible reoccurring headaches because of high school football. That's
crazy.
nuts.
High school.
And the other day I was talking to him and he said something like, "Oh, I know, something because of all the head injuries." Like it's like a normal guy who played high school football who's like talking about like, "Well, I know I forgot that because of all those head injuries." It's just like, what the fuck? It's so crazy.
No, it's actually devastating to see.
And it's bigger than ever.
And the sport is bigger than ever.
Yeah.
College and pro.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well, question. Have either of you heard of Kweichow Moutai?
No recession over there. Kweichow Moutai.
Kweichow Moutai, man, is crushing it. So it's, I'm sure I'm absolutely destroying that name. But China has the new largest company in China is Kweichow Moutai.
So they've basically cratered every technology company and went back to CPG.
So Alibaba, where's Huawei?
All of it's gone.
Wow. I wonder who this guy is. Like, who's the owner of Kweichow Moutai and how did he get?
I think so. He sells a liquor, which is the world's best-selling liquor. It's called Baijiu.
Okay.
It's more popular than whiskey, vodka, gin, rum, and tequila combined.
106 proof.
Oh, it's its own type of alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, 106 proof. What's
the
going
way
on in
it's
China, man?
packaged
These guys are just wasted.
I mean, it's a tough life, bro. They haven't left their house in 2 years.
Zero
That's true.
COVID's rough.
That's true.
They're like, give me
man.
some
Holy
Moutai. It's
Every
not
day
a
I
Moutai,
get
it's
less
a
and less
Moutai.
worried about China with these sort of stories. $333 billion company, Kweichow Moutai, and they're just sucking down this 106 proof alcohol.
And the guy who posted the story said it's the worst liquor he's ever
It's
tasted.
vile. It's a vile liquor.
I feel like you must it must be because of the alcohol content. Like it must be when like the other stuff just isn't doing it for you.
You're
You
just
grab a
like,
bottle
yeah,
of Kweichow and just say,
I
fuck it.
haven't left my house in 3 years.
I need
Give
to
me
get
some Moutai.
wasted. I'm blacking out. Give me some Muay Thai. All right. Well, it's just wild what they've done to businesses there, man. This experiment in like capitalism meets communism is pretty wild.
It makes me so much more bullish about the U.S. economy.
It does.
Yeah.
Me too, man. I would
Let me
say
tell
6
you-
months ago,
let me
I was
tell you what was not
legitimately
crowded.
scared.
On a fall Saturday in China, a pumpkin patch. 0 people.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like there's constantly stories about people that are out of work, people that are. I also just don't believe. Do you even believe that Kweichow Moutai is the most expensive, the most valuable company in the? Did you believe
I don't
any
believe
data out of China?
anything out of them. I don't believe.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Well, I
how
don't.
can,
Yeah,
there's no proof. There's no.
it's true.
The numbers don't matter. It's all fake. It's fraud.
But it's interesting that they're putting that out there,
Yeah.
that they want to advertise that it's an alcohol company, not one of their technology companies.
That is
It's
true.
just that.
Because everything's.
Everything's
Calculated.
manufactured there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want us to look.
They don't want us to think about TikTok
Huawei.
Chinese spyware.
Yeah.
So true. Tesla is having some trouble. Stocks, getting creamed, but they delivered 343,000 cars in the third quarter.
Yep.
But that was just under expectation.
Yeah. I think they were supposed to deliver like 360 something, and they ended up delivering 340 something thousand cars. So the production was 365,000.
Yeah.
And deliveries was 343,000.
I had an expectation of 364, 660.
Yeah. So I don't know what that means if those cars end up getting purchased. It's just a lag, or curious to see if this has any impact on just their general momentum. Because like with gas prices continuing to stay high, it doesn't seem like more people today think gas vehicles are the way of the future. I was asking our friend AJ today about his Tesla. He said that the power from his house that charges his Tesla cost him $34 a month.
Wow.
That's cheap.
It's
That's
so
incredible.
cheap.
I mean, you would have to think that electric vehicle sales will be way up,
Yeah.
especially with
you
gas
just
going
can't-
back up. I mean, there's no.
Yeah, look, OPEC has a meeting tomorrow and they're expecting to cut production. So California, I mean, the crude oil is low now.
Crude oil's at $80.
Yeah. That
And
means by probably the end of the year, California will have what, $12, $13 gas at the pace we're going? It's dumb. It's just dumbass state.
I bet the kids will care about that.
Yeah. Daddy, can we go to soccer? No, we can't.
No, it costs
We can't
$300
afford
to
to
get
go
that.
drive down there.
You
Yeah,
guys are both
sorry.
business owners, CEOs. I saw Gavin Newsom signed a bill that you have to post everyone's salary when you
No, the
post a
range.
job listing.
The range expectation of the salary.
Fine.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
But
How do
that
you feel
doesn't
about it?
seem to me. That seems fine.
So you think it's okay within the organization that people kind of know what everyone
You
makes?
say you can be making anywhere from 30,000 to 200,000. Just
I mean,
put that
that's
for
not the
every
range.
position.
I mean,
Yeah, how close does the range have to be? I didn't see that in the press release.
Yeah, there'll be hacks.
$1 to $1 million. We'll decide. I mean, look, it's not ideal. It's not what I would ask for, but yeah, I'm curious how big the range can be. I guess, and I don't know. I don't know that our employees. I guess word gets around. I don't know. I don't know how I feel yet, because I also don't feel like our employees really like look at our job postings. I don't know how big the range can be. I don't know that
everyone's looking at everything. What do you think? What are you saying?
Do you think?
Absolutely. Everyone knows. Everyone's gonna search what everyone makes.
Okay, how big can the range be? Did they say that? Did they say how big the range could be?
They didn't say. I saw it. Just said you have to say the target.
No, it said range. It said range.
Okay, so what's the range? Within 10%?
No, they're not that smart. People are going to start ridiculous. Like Facebook will be like, you can make between $75,000 a year or $75 billion.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
Well, you guys both have over 15 employees. You guys are on the hook.
Here's the real question,
next year, right?
Yeah. Here's the real question. Why? Like, why? Like, what does it help? I'm totally down to help.
Their intention is that it brings more equity to the workplace, that everyone knows what everyone's making. I don't agree with it. I'm not saying it's stupid.
No, I think it'll just bring more
contention.
Yeah. It's make people so bitter that there's someone in another department making way more money than them. And the reality is they make more money than you because they are more productive than you, or they're in a part of the company that is more valuable to that particular company.
100%. It's capitalism.
Yeah. And so maybe it should just be Hunger
I just
Games.
Don't get it. It's just
you're the lowest paid employee, you're fired. Whoever the lowest paid employee is every month, they're fired. That way, you have a reason to work hard.
Yeah, post that.
Yeah.
Ari's our new Tim. I see him really glaring at us.
I mean, you guys have been saying some things, man. You guys have been saying some
Tim.
Yeah, because you don't have any employees. You have no idea what capitalism is.
I didn't realize.
You're a socialist.
Right now, I have no employees.
I heard from Javier that every time we kind of say capitalistic things, he just glares at them at the podcast. So I saw him looking.
I didn't realize you
guys have been saying some whack ass shit
because he doesn't have any employees.
What did we say that was whack?
You don't have employees. You don't know what it's like.
Like D saying like, oh, it should be the Hunger Games, like person making the least money. I know you're joking,
but that's the best companies in the world are like fucking Hunger Games.
Well, they actually do that. I mean,
but like the fact that
Facebook has employee reviews monthly.
But the fact that you are looking at the Hunger Games as like the gold standard is my problem.
Wait, okay, so you're a successful young entrepreneur.
Sure.
How do you feel about if you had employees that everyone knows what everyone makes?
You can't say until you've dealt with it.
Few things. First of all, I've had employees. I've only ever had less than 5 employees at a time. So a lot of the labor laws that you guys are talking about don't apply to me, right?
So you're fucking.
So you're a criminal.
No, you're a criminal. They literally don't apply to me because my business is smaller than that.
Okay.
And so a lot of the restrictions that are put on me are fair for the size of business that I have. Once you're talking about a 5-4 group with, I don't know how many employees you have in total, but I'm guessing at least 100. I think, different standards.
Why?
We have the same bills as you do. There's no difference.
No, but you're working in a your budget is way, way more. Your infrastructure is way more. You have payroll people and accounting people, whereas I pay end of the year. Like I pay an accountant at the end of the year to do my taxes, and that's it. Like
if you know how much I got fucked the last 2 years, you would have a very different view.
And you're assuming we make money.
Yeah. Go look at my tax returns. I have not.
Okay, how much you're
I'm not like Trump. I will publish my tax returns, and people will be Venmoing me money soon once they see my tax returns.
For the pumpkin patch.
Yeah, literally Venmo me money. It's just not. Yeah, you have to understand. Like the last couple of years was such a gut punch to small and mid-sized businesses. Big businesses did great. That's fine, but like we didn't do well. There's nothing about our business that has done well the last couple of years.
Especially
and
D2C.
One after another, these dumbass laws keep coming into place. What are we going to do? We're just going to let people go. We're not going to listen to these laws. I'd rather be less than 15 employees then. Like, it's just not going to work. California's
But
view of
what do you mean
business-
it's not gonna work? It's literally working. You started Ghost. Like, I don't know how long ago. You have a brand new startup. You're
Yeah,
doing it.
because I'm killing myself, so I fucking deserve it.
But as you
It's very
said,
different.
anybody in a startup, anybody as running their business, starting like being an entrepreneur is going to be killing themselves. Tim was on here a
Honestly,
few
your
months
opinion
ago.
does not
hold on,
matter
hold on,
for
hold
another
on.
10 years.
Hold on,
Straight
hold on.
up, your opinion doesn't matter. And it's my podcast, so we're moving on.
No,
I disagree with him. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Let's back up. I actually want to understand what he's trying to say. He started a new venture, and what's your problem with it?
No, I'm saying that he started a new venture and it's being successful. Like you are bringing the success to the company.
So
and you're doing
what
it
does
in
that have to do
California.
with
I'm saying that you can't point at California and be like, oh, all these labor laws are so fucked up and like they're killing me when you're thriving right now.
I know, but I still bear the burden of other businesses that are not thriving that I still have to figure out.
But also, your point kind of drowns in the sense that he doesn't want to leave California because this is where his family is. So if he's going to start a new business, he's going to start it here.
But I'm saying that he's starting it here and it's successful and it works and great.
There's nothing to do with
congratulations.
California. Zero things to do with California.
Okay, but I'm saying you're doing it in California, so the safety nets that California has,
What safety net?
What's safety net, Ari?
the safety nets that California has for workers, for your employees, you are still operating in that world.
And we can
right?
disagree with those laws.
Yeah.
Is the point.
But I'm saying you are building a thriving business while still paying into those things. And so I would call that a
But just
success.
because it's possible to succeed doesn't mean you don't have any room to complain. Just because, like, see, it's working, so shut up doesn't. The bar for like having a complaint can't be, is it humanly possible to succeed? It has to be like, yes, but how hard is it? Also, like, I'm sure Ghost is going to be awesome and going to do fine, but it's brand new. He's having success in
it's
this moment. Like we're talking about
years.
over a long period of time and how all this stuff goes. Like you can't say, I think that the challenging thing, Ari, is to say you are finding some level of success. Therefore, you cannot complain. You have no complaint. I think that the thing that I don't get is, and Ari, look, you're great. This isn't a diss to you, but you truly just can't comment until you've seen, like, you've tried to manage staff and you've seen the unnecessary issues that people knowing other people's salaries cause, and just the feelings. It's not because you're an asshole or you're trying to get over on anyone or you're trying to, there's no bad intention. It's just, those are touchy subjects. And for everyone to know everyone's salary truly doesn't benefit the company. And I think it's
benefit the workplace.
I can speak from like actual experience, as both of you can. 20 years of operating a business. When people find out someone makes more than them,
it's a wrap.
It's a disaster in the corporate culture.
Yeah.
And not, if every time that happened, that's happened to me, I'll just say, who knows how many times it's happened to all of us. It's not logical. It's emotions. It's just, I don't care that this person's department brings in more money or this is a more skilled position or blah, blah. It's just, no, I don't like that person. I think they're stupid. And the fact that they're making more than me offends me. And we've had people try to undermine those people, try to get those people fired, try to do all different types of things, or just leave and disrupt and do all this stuff just because emotionally that's a hard pill to swallow. And I just, once again, if I felt like it was genuinely better for people, I'd be like, you know what? All right, fuck it. Let's all do it. That is better for people. That does protect the worker. I don't think it protects the worker as much as it just tries to punish the business.
Yeah, I think like just going through the last couple of years, what business owners had to go through to keep their businesses alive. All businesses went through so much. And me personally, just, it was a very difficult time, and we figured it out. We all survived. We're here, like, finally, like, clawing our way out of this whole situation. And then California is just like continuing to add more restrictions. Like the fact that Elon didn't build the gigafactory in California is really stupid. It's like dumb. Like we could have had all those jobs for Californians if we just made it easier for Elon Musk to do it. I'm nobody in the grand scheme of California entrepreneurship. I'm one small business owner. My opinions literally don't matter. But like to drive an Elon Musk out of this market is just crazy. And so these types of things, like Facebook can't have everyone's salaries exposed. They just fucking can't. It would be so bad for their company culture.
We've seen it within our own company. Someone might have been satisfied with their X salary. Let's call it whatever the number is.
Yeah.
And then they find out the person that's sitting across from them is making 10% more. And they're like, why is that person making more?
Yeah, it's a wrap.
And it doesn't even matter the numbers because that first person with the first salary was happy with their salary.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ignorance is bliss.
And it's not as easy as like just, oh, well, then they quit or then you fire them. It's like there has been people, we've experienced this, that have tried to deliberately like undermine other employees and get them fired because they didn't like the fact that it's way like more
I didn't even think about that part. Yeah.
Into what it does to your company culture. And I just, like I said, if I felt like it was all just rainbows and butterflies, and yes, everyone should know everyone's salary because everyone acts fairly. And if we acted fairly and every employee acted fairly, it would be a better world if everyone had transparency. But that's not the reality of what it's actually like.
Knowing salaries in a company is like defund the police. I'm going to compare it.
Yeah, I think it's tough. I think,
yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, look, I don't think the law is inherently saying you have to put every person's salary.
It says if you employ over 15 people,
you have to put the range when you're hiring.
Right. And on the posting.
So just stop hiring once that law starts.
I wonder how big the range is. I think that's
just put ridiculous range. You can make $15 an hour or you can make $1 million.
Yeah, to me it's not even like
the law.
To me, it's like, okay, is this really that big of a deal? No. Is it really going to like change the game? No. I just don't understand why.
I just don't want to go where it
making
leads
it harder
down the
and
path.
harder and less appetizing to be an entrepreneur in California. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, and especially it is the one single state that has created more wealth than probably the rest of the goddamn country combined.
Yeah, and it's going to decline because people have left.
Yeah,
go to Austin.
Sucks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they're going to go, but it's just, you have to incentivize. Entrepreneurship changes cities. It changes communities. It changes everything. And it's just...
And I just don't, I mean, like I said, I don't think that this issue in particular is like a business killing issue. It's just, I don't get why California makes it harder and harder to run a business here.
Yeah, and I think instead we need to change policy to incentivize people to go take the risk. Yeah. At the end of the day, everyone wants to just hate the fact that like people have gotten extremely wealthy, but like they took the risk.
And Ari, similar to Tim, likes to enjoy life. He told me about a dinner he had last week.
Yeah, $200 lunch.
$220.
Do you think people who share their salaries have $200 lunch?
$220. You think everyone in the kitchen there knew each other's salaries? I doubt it.
Yeah.
At one of the most high-profile restaurants in Los Angeles.
Well, you just go to the Ivy and just the waiters
I took myself there as a self-care evening. Thank you very much.
That is not socialist. Not at all.
Yeah, that's
self-care and socialism doesn't work.
All these guys.
Everyone should be miserable together.
First of all, I never said I was a socialist. Tim was a socialist. I would consider myself more of a democratic socialist.
If you went to Del Taco and did self-care, I'd be like, great. Good. You went to the Ivy.
Yeah, to the Ivy.
Once, twice a year, I go to the Ivy.
Ivy?
I mean, yeah, look at this guy.
Jesus Christ. I've lived here for like 15 years, done everything that I've been a part of, and I'm still a little intimidated by the Ivy. Ari's going there for self-care time.
Yeah.
Sheesh. That feels like, like going to the Ivy feels like a whole production. That's actually
the epitome of the hypocrisy of California. Gavin Newsom, who just is this rich, privileged person, is literally giving policy about regular people.
Yeah.
He's clueless.
And then people are leaving.
He's never done anything. He just has great hair.
Great hair.
Yeah. If it wasn't for his hair.
I'm jealous of his hair.
If he was bald, he'd be the city councilman in fucking Fresno. Okay, let me tell you.
That's a good quote.
It would be. He would be.
Hey, I was at an event on Saturday. I was told by someone that is very close with Caruso, that it's neck and neck, and he's fired up.
Wow.
Wow.
I like it.
That's exciting. Okay. Let's end on a fun little news story here. Mark Zuckerberg, as we talked a lot about this story about Zuck going on Rogan, and Anand's theory is that he prepped for a very long time, which I don't think is probably too far off. And he said he picked up jujitsu and blah blah blah. He sure enough was ringside at one of the UFC fights over the weekend. It was a smaller fight. It was at the UFC Apex, I believe, in Vegas. I wonder if that's on purpose, because maybe the bigger fights that are in like the arenas are like too much, like he doesn't want to deal with all that and security and all that stuff. They went to this smaller one. But he is literally like, there's photos of him through the cage, screaming for blood. His wife
Mortified.
seemed to be too into it. She seemed pretty mortified. But there he was. He was front row. That's what we wanted.
So I heard from a very good friend of the pod, whose friend worked that fight, said there was no one else in the stadium because of Zuck. The security was absolutely nuts. And probably they picked that location because they basically kick everyone out.
Yeah. So what happened in the world of like UFC is one of the fighters leading up to that weekend said, well, Zuck rented out the whole arena or whatever, the whole whatever, so no one else will be there, so we'll essentially just be fighting for Zuck.
Wait, so
Dana White said that's not true, but it did appear to kind of be like that. Like I think it was like
there was
private,
no one in the stands.
That's what they said.
And
I think it was relatively empty.
You're a pretty decent UFC fan. Was this a fight on your radar?
No, it wasn't. I think it was you have to be like a real UFC fan to be into these fights. They're like these kind of lower level fights that happen in between before the arena ones. And
he fucked up. He needs to go to the big fight.
He's got to
walk
go to the big
in
one,
with
yeah.
the belt.
Trump went.
Yeah. If Trump can go, he can go.
Of course.
I wonder if he just doesn't want to be around that many people or something. Because to me, the only reason you would go, unless, I don't know, maybe one of the guys is his fucking sparring buddy or something. Or
it's someone he worships. It's like probably like that.
Because to me, there's literally...
He hasn't been out in public in probably 5-10 years. Probably 10 years.
There was, I don't know if you watched that Rogan episode, but it was like a couple ago. Rogan said he went to the UFC fight with Dave Chappelle. This is like 2 weeks ago. It was a big one, right? There was a big one recently?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he went with Dave Chappelle, sat in the third row, and someone tried to move them and said, like, these aren't your seats. And Joe Rogan says, Dave Chappelle looked at the guy, says, fuck you, I'm Dave Chappelle. I'm not moving anywhere.
That's just ridiculous to ask those two guys to move.
Well, you know what's funny? Do you know who the seats were for?
Who?
Travis Scott.
and he said they moved him to the front row.
Yeah, they moved him to the ringside.
To Travis.
They gave Travis Scott the third row seats and moved Rogan and Chappelle to the front row.
Oh my God.
And that was the reason why, because obviously any UFC fight, he would have got whatever he wants. It was Canelo and Triple G. It was the boxing match.
Oh, it's the boxing. Got it.
That's why. But yeah, I heard that.
So
Zuck's got to go to the main. there's like, for instance, there's a fight.
Go with Rogan.
He's anxious. He's anxious.
It should be Rogan, Zuck, Chappelle.
This is going to be his move.
That'd be fantastic.
He just needs to take his time to like.
How crazy is Travis Scott has the juice to kick Rogan and Chappelle out?
They probably paid Travis to be there. That's why.
Yeah. I don't know, but this guy
When we went to the All-Star game, Travis sat front row in the with the owner's kids.
Which one?
The All-Star game in LA. We were sitting there. I think Todd Bowley is the owner.
He owns the Dodgers. Yeah.
Dodgers, yeah. They're sitting front row right there. And basically, some people were pushed aside, and Travis Scott came and sat front row.
But that's crazy that Chappelle and Rogan even get approached. That Travis Scott needs to come.
That's how big Travis is.
That is true.
He's the biggest star.
If you're like running a fight, you're that team. I don't know who's bigger, Dave Chappelle and Rogan or Travis Scott. I would argue maybe Travis Scott to you.
Travis Scott for the youth is, what kids are listening to Rogan or Chappelle? Nobody.
That's true.
But I think this is working for Zuck.
But he's
Sorry,
got
I
to
didn't
go
mean
to
to
a
cut you
big
off.
fight. He's got
I
to go to a
agree.
big
I agree.
fight.
But I think this is
What's
making
the
him
next
Is
big
there
more
one coming?
human.
I-
He's got to go to the Logan Paul fight.
Yeah, there's a really big one at the there's a really big one at the end of this month, but I don't know
Who's
where
fighting?
it is. Israel Adesanya and this guy
Whatever.
Alex.
Sounds made
Pereira.
up.
Yeah, whatever.
All
Yeah,
I
that
know
sounds
about
like a
UFC
lie.
is through Rogan's podcast, and there's a guy named Gordon who he says is the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but he's a jiu-jitsu. He's not in the UFC.
Okay,
He's just like does jiu-jitsu competitions.
but he
Madison
doesn't do
Square
UFC.
Garden, November 12th.
Okay.
Is a huge one.
Who's fighting?
Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira. It's going to be huge.
Who's the favorite?
Huge. That's actually a good
It
question.
should be Trump, Zuck, Rogan, Chappelle.
That'd be blockbuster.
Oh,
Right before the
very much.
midterms.
That's all past the midterms.
You're right.
Oh,
yeah,
you
because the
said
next
November
one.
12th, right?
12th is after.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Maybe
Yeah,
the Republicans
you're
get the House, the Senate.
DeSantis, maybe.
DeSantis.
Imagine. It just, I think like I was kind of like Zuck hater. Like I disliked.
I might watch
Zuck
Social
and-
Network tonight.
It's a
Yeah,
great movie.
I think this
I'm
is
either
working.
going to watch The Big Short or Social Network tonight. Because I feel
Those
like
are
this,
my two movies.
I feel
You know
like
that,
this
right?
week-
like
yeah,
I
yeah, I
watch
know.
those 100 times a year.
Yeah.
this week feels like The Big Short is about to happen.
Yeah, I think
I
you should
think
watch
The Big Short happened.
No, I think this week is that week that this is the week.
Yeah,
We
this
need
is
just
Credit
cons-
Suisse.
We just need complete destruction.
Credit Suite.
I want kids crying.
Destruction.
You want Halloween to not happen, no Christmas lights.
No.
That's pretty much what it is.
I got to take down my spiders.
Yeah, you got to rip those spiders down and sell them.
I got to sell them.
Sell them on offer up or whatever, where people come and get it from your house and say, Dom, I want you to stand here and watch these spiders go.
This is how bad.
This is what we're dealing with.
This is what's going on in the world.
Yep.
Sell your spiders, kid.
No more candy. All
Do you
right.
think candy's going to be light on Halloween?
I don't know. Our kids don't eat candy.
I feel
No,
like
saying
middle
other
America,
houses.
yes. I feel like I have to believe like if you went last year and trick-or-treated,
You
Or
get
whatever,
king size
COVID.
Reese's.
2019, let's say, let's just get COVID out of the way. I believe that like there was so many houses with the lights on, you're getting king size Reese's, you're getting all that. I think this year, half of those houses have the
You're
lights
getting
off.
loose candy corn.
Yeah, they're like, get the fuck out of here.
Stick your hand in the candy corn, grab whatever the fuck you want. You may
Yeah.
get a staple.
Yeah, there's
I
some
remember when we were
Dogecoin in there.
kids, my mom would be like, "You can't have the candy corn." I was like, "Why?" Because there was an article in the LA
Yeah, that
Times.
was always
that kids-
dangerous.
There's like staples and like
Yeah.
weird nails.
Me
and
too.
candy corn.
That made it all the way to Ohio. We were scared of that
Really?
too. Candy corn was evil.
Fucking candy
Okay.
corn is amazing.
Nothing but candy corn and nails this year, ladies and gentlemen.
Loose screws.
It's just a bucket of loose screws and candy corn. Just go for it.
They're
shit.
giving you the screws so you can go rebuild your parents' house because it's gone.
Oh my God. All right. Well, this is where we're at, guys. So tomorrow morning, I mean, once again, I know most people listen to this in the morning, so hopefully things are good, but we see what's up with the market. We see if this bank is going to be collapsing. I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty brutal week, but buckle up. Hopefully we make it to Christmas and we all have a couple presents under the tree.
I know Santa Claus is skipping Switzerland. He's coming home early to everyone's house. He's skipping
Yeah.
a country.
Right over that.
Switzerland is not getting Christmas.
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, everyone have a great week. I hope. I mean, we'll be here on Tuesday to check in. See you later.
Hey, we did it during the pandemic. We'll do it during the destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all great content for a podcast.
Yeah. Our ratings are going to be up.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys later.